This is what billionaires really watch every single week, and how the game of money is won not through cash but through controlling, predicting, and riding asset flows. The masses track cash flow, the ultra wealthy track asset flow. Simple as that. That is movement of capital, not just income, liquidity direction, not just profit. Now, cash flow is income that comes in monthly or quarterly. Rental income, dividends, interest payment, salary. It is great for covering lifestyle, creating financial security. Cash flow is predictable. It helps you stay liquid, comfortable, safe, but it is reactive. It doesn't build empires, it sustains them. Asset flow, on the other hand, is movement of capital between asset classes, sectors, geographies, and industries. Who is buying, who is selling, and why? It reflects where belief, liquidity, and conviction are headed next. Billionaires just don't just look at what assets are earning. They look at what is being accumulated, dumped, and reweighted, and then positioned accordingly. Now, why billionaires track asset flows weekly? First, liquidity signals power. Liquidity isn't just money, it is vote of confidence. When asset flows shift, say from commercial real estate into defense tech, it is not just a market signal, it is a strategic migration. Second, early entry, silent exit. Smart money moves before headlines. Asset flow tracking lets billionaires enter early when everyone is scared and exit quietly while the crowd is still optimistic. Third, capital flows predict policy. When sovereign wealth funds and family offices reallocate, they signal political priorities. Asset flows often predict legislation, tax changes, and even geopolitical alignment. Examples here: why private credit saw a surge post 2020, how asset flows into defense AI began 6 months before major NATO budget increases, how big players pulled out of Silicon Valley real estate a year before the downturn. Cash flow keeps the lights on. Asset flow tells you where to build the next city. And this is how the wealthy use both. Cash flow funds operations, pays teams, sustains control. Asset flow decides where their next billion will come from. You may own the building that pays 200K a year in rent. Great. But the billionaire is watching where pension funds and allocators are dumping $20 billion in the next 90 days and is already buying access to those pipelines. They play the meta game of money, not just yield, but migration. And this is how to track assets flows like a pro. Form 13F filings, track what hedge funds are holding and selling. Fund flow report, Morningstar, PitchBook, macro dashboards, cross-border capital flows, Fed repo market, central bank balance sheet, private deal signals, family office deal flow platforms, private equity acquisitions. Let's even throw in some smart weekly habits. Every Sunday night, scan global macro asset flow reports. Compare movement in equity, credit, commodities, and real estate allocations. Watch sovereign fund allocation, Saudi, PIF, GIC, Singapore, Norges Bank. Read institutional notes, BlackRock, Bridgewater, Goldman Sachs. That is their wealth outlooks. This sounds technical, but it is really just pattern recognition. Where capital flows, policy flows. Where capital flows, opportunity follows. This is how to use, and this is how to use this today. Follow capital before content. Set alerts on Form D filings, early stage private raises, watch yield curves. This tells you what lenders are betting on. Build relationships with asset allocators. They are the closest to the tap. Anchor your investment in asset flows, not just personal interest. The key isn't just to buy good assets, it is to own the ones capital wants to flood into next. Cash flow is comfort, but asset flow is power. This is the shift that separates small business owners from asset magnates. Watch the right flows, and you will never be surprised by a market move again. As always, subscribe for deeper frameworks like this.